Welcome along then to Interlagos as we await the green light to get today's qualifying session underway. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
With qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Verstappen, Albon and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic...
Qualifying, that's not exactly ideal. But there's no points for Saturday. Keep a cool head and make up for it in the race.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo José Carlos Pache. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. We should talk about Alfa Romeo. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Sergio Perez, and Ricciardo, Norris, Leclerc, Stroll, and Valtteri Bottas, Grosjean, De Vries, Sebastian Vettel, and Hülkenberg, Kubica, Russell, Kevin Magnussen. They've taken a grid penalty, and Kimi Raikkonen, Kvyat, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs. No threat of rain for the time being. Conditions looking good. Keep an eye on the lights. Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Verstappen has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last lap was a 1:15.2.
The celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Standings. We also crown a new champion today, as their lead at the top is now an insurmountable one. What a great year it's been for Formula One. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Sebastian Vettel would definitely be my first choice. He showed up a lot of the drivers out on the track today and didn't show any signs of slowing down.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up...
Bad luck today. That must be incredibly disappointing. Not the best way to end a race. What went wrong? Do you have any comments about the collisions? Appreciate your time.
Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that.